What's up everyone, and welcome to workout number 14 of the quarantine series. For today's workout, all you're going to need is a pair of dumbbells, preferably on the moderate to heavy side. So today's workout is an interval-based type of workout. It's a 30-20, 30 seconds of cardio, 20 reps of strength. Digging right into it. Now, for this whole routine, you basically, for the whole round, you have one cardio exercise, and you're going to do that in between each of the strength exercises, okay? So we start off at the beginning of the workout with an inchworm with push-up. One inchworm, one push-up, a total of 20 reps. Once you're done there, you do, for your first round, is lateral bounds. So you do a lateral bound. Once you're done with lateral bounds for 30 seconds, you go to 20 reps of sumo squats, back to lateral bounds for 30 seconds, alternating lunges for 20 reps, back to those lateral bounds, then you go to RDLs with a back row, then you go 30 seconds of lateral bounds, you finish your strength off with bicep curls, then you finish off your cardio, that last one of lateral bounds for 30 seconds, then you give yourself a 60-second rest. Once you're done with that round, you are done with that round. You scratch off lateral bounds, you don't go back to them, but you start round two with mountain climbers. I think we got the picture here now, right? So those mountain climbers are in between each one. Give yourself that rest. Then you go right to jumping jacks for round three. Round four is high knees. And then we get to finish it off with burpees, the high intensity at the end. Now this program is going to take somewhere between 35 to 40 minutes to complete. So this is one of our longer programs of the whole quarantine series. But with that said, challenge yourself with it. Give yourself that challenge, and right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a demonstration of each one of the exercises behind me and some variations so you could challenge yourself even more. So good luck with the program, let me know how you do, and here are some variations of each exercise behind me. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all of the cardio exercises within this whole routine, and then after that the next few videos are going to be breaking down each one of the strength exercises with some variety in it as well. Let's get started with the lateral bounds. So the lateral bounds, you have a few options here. You have that regular lateral bound where you're just going side to side. Soft little bend, you're going side to side, those shoulders stay back. Now you could do this for 30 seconds. One way to kind of challenge yourself a little bit more, instead of going gradual, you could pick up the speed a little bit more. You could go a little faster. Now another way is you could kind of bring that other knee up high as you drop down. So you're coming up, and you're coming up, you're coming up. So you got these lateral bounds as well. Another one you could do is you could go opposite hand, opposite toe. So dropping across the body, across the body, across the body as you do it. Another one is going for vertical. So you're going here, going up as high as you can, as high as you can, as high as you can, okay? So you have some variety with those, and they are all challenging in their own right. That's your lateral bound. The next one, mountain climbers. Mountain climbers, you can go right here, start them off nice and easy, knee to chest, and then you just pick up that pace. You could also go opposite knee to opposite elbow and pick up the pace. You can also go outside of the knee, outside of the knee, and pick up the pace. Those are your mountain climbers. Jumping jacks, kind of two varieties. You have your regular speed, and then you can go more into like that power jack, where you drop down a little bit, you go faster. So you got regular, and you got fast. The next thing, high knees. I'll show you this way. Here to here, okay? You start them off here, then you slowly pick up that pace. Hands go ear to hip, ear to hip, ear to hip. Burpees, we know these. It's not a burpee unless you do a push-up. So, start you this way. Make sure I'm hitting the walls. You drop down, get in that plank position, give that push-up, power up, jump up as high as you can. Burpee time. And this is your cardio routine. And again, remember, each one per round. Good luck. Okay, for this stationary inchworm with the push-up, what you want to do is you want to start them off with the feet together, standing up tall, draw the core in. You're going to hinge, push the hips back, keep those legs as long as possible, flatten out that back, stretch out those hamstrings, okay? So you're right here. You try to get yourself all the way to the ground. If we need to, we could bend those legs. So all the way to the ground, fingertips to the ground, you slowly inch your way out there into a high plank position, core stays tight, drop down in that push-up, power up, hinge, slowly walk yourself right back up to the toes, stand them up tall, pull the shoulders back and reset yourself. That's 1 rep. Now, you could add some more to this. If you feel like that's not enough, you could add 1 more push-up, 2 more push-ups, 5 more push-ups. You could even add some dumbbells to it at the very end and get some renegade rows in there as well. So I'll show you that one where you're dropping down, you're giving that inchworm, you're walking them out, you're getting yourself into that high plank position, you drop down, give yourself a push up, you bring the feet apart, you give yourself 1 renegade row, give yourself another renegade row, slowly walk yourself right back up, stand them up tall, and repeat. Inchworm with some variation. For the sumo squats, what we got to do for the sumo squats is we really got to bring that base out wide. So bring those feet out as wide as you can. Turn those toes off to the side. Those knees stay out. You want to give yourself, you want to dump the hips back. So you draw the belly button in, dump the hips back, and you sink yourself down. You want to keep those shoulders relaxed. I usually keep my hands underneath my chin for these sumo squats and stand them up. Now, if I want a little bit more variation, now, before I give you that variation, also make sure those heels are loaded. Lift those toes up a bit, shoulders back, squeeze up with the glutes. You should feel these in the inner thighs. Now, a little more variation. You want to add a little more range of motion, kind of get the shoulders in there. You could go more into that prisoner squat where you bring those hands right behind the head, interlock those fingers, pull those shoulders back, drop down. This is another good one to help kind of bring in some stability of the shoulders and make sure that you're keeping that back flat. And again, hold those blades back as you drop down. Another variation is you could work with those feet a little bit. So I said we could load the heels. If you want, you could bring one heel off the ground and you could go into this sumo squat. And this works a little bit of stability and some range of motion. You could do it to the other side as well. You could also try to do it on both sides. Lift those heels up and then go for those sumo squats. Now challenge yourself with these, but also remember, within this whole program, you're doing a ton of cardio. So you also want to make sure this strength, you're breathing as well. Not quite make it an active rest, but breathe. The alternate lunges, those are stationary alternate lunges. You do have 20 reps, which means you're going to do 10 reps on each side to equal 20 reps. So we start them off nice and tall, feet next to each other. You go into that nice long stride, and then once you get there, you want to make sure this knee doesn't go past those toes, but more importantly, you're trying to stack this knee right above that front ankle as you drop down. And again, you're getting this back leg, this back knee as close to the ground, not resting, but as close to the ground as you can. Loading that heel, midfoot in the back, shoulders stacked above the hips. Power up, then switch sides. Power up, switch sides. So this is 1 rep. This is 2 reps for a total of 20 reps for the whole routine. You want to add a little bit more to it. You could add some weights, put them right off to the side. You can even, if you want to get a little bit more complex with it, go ahead, add some bicep curls to it. Drop down, bicep curl, power up. Now if you want, you could even do a bicep curl into a shoulder press. You can even just hold these as well the whole time. Another variation, if you feel like you're not getting enough cardio, do those lunge jumps. So you start them off like this. Good long stride, you drop down, you power up, and you do that switch. So that's 1, switch 2, switch 3, switch 4. Here's some variety, some variations to add to the routine. For the RDL and back row, with this one what you want to do is a little bit more of a narrow stance for the RDL. And with this, all I'm saying is narrow stance. Those feet are just about 3 to 4 inches apart. Now you lift those toes up, you load the heels, you pull the shoulders back. Most of your work is coming from the hips. So the legs are slightly bent, but you want to push those hips back, chin stays neutral, weight next to you the whole time as you drop down into that RDL. As soon as you get that back parallel to the floor, that's where you want to stop and then give that row. Now look at my weights. As I went down, I didn't have them out here. I kept them right to the side of me, okay? This is important because if we start rounding them forward, we start losing good integrity with the lower back, and you're going to start feeling that lower back. So here, you squeeze up with the glutes, stand tall. Rep number 2, hinge. Drop down, get parallel to the floor, pull those blades back, get that full extension, squeeze up with the glutes. I'll show you a side angle. Drop down, chin stays neutral, row, full extension, and up. There's not too much variation with this one, other than what you could do is 2 rows per RDL, or if you want, you could alternate. You could go one, then the other, and then together if you want, and then stand up for the RDL. But again, not too much variation with these. If you have lighter weight like I do, give some variety, add a couple more reps of the back row. But if you have heavier weight, you could definitely stick with the 1 RDL per back row. Okay, for the last strength exercise of this whole routine is the bicep curl. Now the bicep curl, there's a ton of variety. The basic, the most simple one is you just want to keep those elbows slightly forward, shoulders back, core tight, and light grip in those dumbbells or to resist the band. And you're going up. Now when you go up, you only need to go about 3/4 of the way up. Anything from here to here is just all going within the joint. We want to keep this weight, this resistance, this gravity in your muscle the whole time. So you want to fight that gravity, fight that resistance. So you're right here, this is the regular one. Now, another one you could do is you could turn those palms in. This is the medial grip or the hammer curl. You could do these, and again, those elbows are just slightly forward. Another one you could do is more of the reverse grip, which is just right here. So those palms are down as you curl. Again, lighter grip, control on the way down, full extension, 3/4 of the way up. And then you got another one where you could go up and rotate, okay? You can also do alternating ones. So say if you're right at like 14 or 15 reps here and they're starting to get too tricky, you could drop them down and finish them out this way, 1 and 1, 2 and 2 to finish it up to 20. So there's your variety for bicep curls for this routine.